Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is Space Harrier II on the Amstrad CPC. Now, I'm playing this on my 6128, so without further ado, we'll get into it. Now, I love Space Harrier. Space Harrier is what was the basis for Afterburner. They were planning to make, am I right this way around? I think I am. I think that they were planning to create a sort of playing game and then ended up creating Space Harrier as a result. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. It's one way or the other. I can't remember exactly. So, I'll stick in the second disc. Here we go. Ready for Space Harrier II. I'll press the fire button. There we go. Right, I'm going to start the game. Nice music, actually. It's quite good, that. Nice use of colours and graphics. And I've said this before about the palette on the Amstrad. It's really good. It's a nice palette. It's a busy palette. There is lots to do. There are lots and lots of sort of bright colours and bits and pieces that are really good for the whole thing. Oh, I'm using the wrong keys here. Oh, no. I want joystick. That's why it wasn't working. Let's do the joystick. 0 to exit. Start the game. Right, I'll try that now. That's better. There we go. I always like the arcade palette on it on the Amstrad. I noticed that unfortunately, I don't know if you're an Amstrad user or an Amstrad user back in the day. I often wonder whether or not that there was sacrifices were made for these color palettes, in the sense of, you know, obviously this is gonna be a lot of demand on the little Z80 processor, so I can kind of understand why it might look a little bit, well, a modern day term, laggy, but you know, at the time it would probably be the frame rate would be quite slow. I think that's where the sacrifices were made. You know, the fact that you had this great palette and we had the, you know, in the case we've got music and all the other bits and pieces. It's just a bit of a shame, really. Actually, that element of it. There are some fantastic games that really play to the strengths of it. This one's not bad though. This is a good conversion. This is of Space Harrier II. This has got a lot of good factors here. Mainly the palette itself and the graphics. They look really good. Even if it is, as I say, even if it is a little bit slow. I like it. A lot of the time, you know, one of the things about the 80s, one thing the 80s taught us about games is the gameplay counts. And I know that's an odd statement to make, you know, in modern days terminology, and gameplay does still count nowadays. But when you have a game and you have limited graphics and capabilities, it really did count whether or not your game looked. This is the end level boss, by the way. It did really count whether or not your graphics or your game actually played well, and it really did. It was really a major factor, especially with such limiting hardware. So it did teach us that, and some games could look visually not so good. However, the gameplay themselves could be very good. So it's one of those things. We did, as I say, taught us a number of things. One of which is graphics don't always count. Sometimes really good games come from things that aren't. And I think that's borne out nowadays by the modern... I think we're on to the next level here. Oh, I like the way I'm turning it. Oh, is this the boss? Oh, maybe that's the boss. I thought the boss was the dragon. It's usually dragons. That's a dragon as well, isn't it? It's borne out, by the way, the what I was saying about the graphics and games and whatever else it is, by some modern day games that emulate the graphics of the games of the past, and it sort of it's good. They're very good indeed. Some of the simplest games are the best. That's they have an addictive quality to them. Got to get rid of these things. This is really horrible, this thing. I've only got one life left as well to kill it. That's a nightmare. Oh, damn it! And I'm dead. And I've got game over. Ah, damn. Do I get put my name in? I do, yeah. Oh, I put a space in. No, well, I'll just do end. There we go. That was really good, actually. I really enjoyed that. That's Space Harrier II on the Amstrad CPC. It's actually really enjoyable, that one. I really quite like that. It's quite a surprise. The graphics are really nice, and there's a real attention to detail there that makes it, you know, if you picked it up versus the arcade, I think you'd been quite impressed, actually. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.